thanks for coming to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot and I'm Diana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or anywhere in your birth chart that Cancer might appear. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take a second and invite you to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're sure to be notified whenever I upload new content. Also, in the description box below, you'll find links to my social media, my Patreon, my PayPal, and links to some really cool things on Amazon I think you guys will like. Okay, so this reading is for August 10th through the 15th, 2020, keeping in mind that all tarot readings are timeless. So whether you come across this reading right after I upload, a week, month, or even a year from now, if you feel drawn to watch it, most likely you'll find a message for you within the reading. Okay, if it doesn't completely resonate with you, just keep the parts that do, disregard the rest. Just remember this is a generalized reading for the entire sun sign of Cancer. So if you know your other planetary placements, like those I mentioned at the beginning of this video, then you can listen to those signs as well for additional messages. Okay, so with all that being said, let's go ahead and calibrate these cards to the astrological sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And ask our angels, guides, and ancestors for any love messages for Cancer for the week of July 10th through the 15th, 2020. Okay. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Cancer for July 15th, 10th through the 15th, 2020? Spirit, what love messages do you have for Cancer? I had a card just jump out. Let's see what it is. It's the Ten of Wands. Okay, I'm going to put that there. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Okay, that one's been coming up in a lot of people's readings lately. Okay. And yeah, if we think back over some of your readings over the last couple of weeks and months, then that makes a lot of sense. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and divide these into 3 stacks. Oh, it divided itself into 4 stacks. So, yeah. All right. All right, Queen of Cups. Well, this is you, Cancer. Here we go. We're starting off the reading in exactly the place we need and like and hope to be. So the Queen of Cups, that is like the epitome of Cancer. This is someone who is nurturing and loving and romantic and stuff. At the same time, you're still a queen, so you have an edge to you when you need to be. You may be, this is where that phrase, don't mistake my kindness for weakness, comes from. There comes to be a point where, although you may be the one to kind of hold everything together and do that extra nurturing and loving and mothering and babying in the relationship, there comes a point where you do reach your limit, which probably has a lot to do with this Ten of Wands, which is all about, you know, at the end of a cycle of you carrying the burden, and it's just time to put it down. Self-preservation sometimes, you know, outweighs whatever it is that we have and feel for somebody. If it gets to the point that, let me put these crystals over here. Yeah, if it gets to the point that we have, you know, we're making ourselves suffer, or we are neglecting ourselves and our other loved ones because of a relationship, then it gets to be bad. Now, for those of you who are new here, I do 4 columns. All right, the first one pertains to you, what you may have been dealing with in the recent past, what you're currently dealing with, and what's coming towards you. The second column is the same thing, only it's for your twin flame, soulmate, karmic partner, divine counterpart, someone you're in separation from, maybe an ex that you still feel those really strong ties with. Let me push these over here. And the third column has to do with obstacles and challenges and our fears and anxieties. The final column has to do with outcome. I'm going to put these here for now. Now, when we get to your column, we have the 7 of Pentacles as well as the 6 of Wands. All right. So yeah, we end up feeling like, you know, we put everything we had into something. We really nurtured it. We tried our best. We really see how he's really focused on this Pentacles here. You may be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, and you may feel like you're the one who's been having to do all of the maintenance in this relationship. It's really gotten to the point that, you know, it's causing some conflict in your heart. Maybe you have other people who feel like maybe you shouldn't be in this relationship and they're not being there for you as much as you would hope. And, you know, that's not part of what this message that these cards are showing, but I read intuitively as well as channel messages from Spirit, and it's telling me that it's getting to the point that it's wearing you down. It's really and truly getting you to your breaking point, and you are beginning to know that the best thing for you to do is to release this obligation, so to speak, of maintaining that relationship. You see these waters are very turbulent and they're very calm over here. You are moving away from, even if it's only in your heart, even if it's only in your head, that this is something you need to do, but you're beginning to finally feel and recognize that, you know, moving away is something that you have to do. Now, when we come to your partner's column, we have the Justice card as well as the Two of Swords. And the Justice card, of course, you know, can always be about the legal justice system, or it can be that you are having to make a very strong and probably harsh decision that you are not really happy about. But there comes a time when, you know, you have to take the stance of this Two of Swords, and you know, call that truce within yourself. Raise that white flag. Just sometimes say it's not worth it and you have to give up. It doesn't mean that you hate this person or dislike this person. It comes to that balance where you have to take care of yourself before you take care of somebody else. Even on a plane, they tell you, like, if something happens and the little oxygen masks fall out, you have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of anybody else, okay? Even if it's your children or somebody like that, you have to take care of yourself in order to save your children or whatever. But you're having to put that oxygen mask on. She's got this blindfolders on here, so even though you may feel very attached to this person, if it's not right, it's not right. If it's causing you that self-neglect, this is that time, you know, you don't have to leave this relationship on bad terms, but at the same time, it's not working, and you're having to make that really strong decision about what's been going on. Now, in the obstacles and challenges, well, of course, you're going to be tempted. You're going to be tempted. You're going to be tempted. You may be dealing with someone, you know, who has the attributes of the Devil card. They may have a sexual hold over you. They might have drugs and alcohol addiction. They create these trauma bonds so that you are kind of chained and balanced with them, and they make you feel like you're stuck, like you can't move. You might have gotten into a situation and now you're realizing that you can't maintain it anymore, and it's been a struggle to get out of, and the more you wiggle to get out, the more you find that you're stuck. So it's really time to figure out you know, what it is that you're going to have to do. You may find that, get these turned around properly, yeah. All right, you may find that, you know, you're tired of being defensive about this when you talk about it with your person, when you discuss with them that, you know, you're not being fulfilled as you need to be. You're not receiving what it is you want. You're being unsatisfied. So in theory, you may find that you're in a relationship with somebody, but they're not there for you spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, whatever. And just that part of it is missing, where you have that connection and you have that reciprocity that comes back and forth. So when you explaining this to that person, more of those devil characteristics kick in, and they try to make you feel you know, the guilt trip, or how could you leave me, or I thought we meant more to each other than that. And you know, this is, you know, that they're counting on the fact that you are this soft, squishy kitten person. They forget that you're a crab and you have pinchers, and you will you know, You're not all sweet and cuddly all the time. All right, so in the second set of cards here, now I don't know if I said this, but I do 4 rows, and I do 2 cards in each row, and I'm going to do that like 3 times. So we end up having 24 cards for the read. It's like 1 row's past, present, future. So anyway, we're in the middle set right now, and we have the 3 of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Your partner's column is the Ace of Swords and the Lovers. Your obstacles and challenges is the King of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. And in your outcome, you have the Knight of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. Okay, seems like the same story continuing. Okay, so yeah, you've been sitting there, you're kind of romanticizing this relationship, figuring out that, you're waiting on something to manifest from it, but the reality is that it's not going to, and there comes that point again with this Queen of Swords where you have to eliminate that. If you don't know your planetary placements, there's a lot of places online you can just Google, free birth chart or something to find out all these different planetary placements, but most likely you have a lot of Libra in your chart. If not, then there could be a Libra person that is on your mind that you feel threatened by, that you are concerned about, or it could be that your partner has an attachment to a Libra, okay? But it could be any one of those scenarios. But as we go on, we'll figure that out. But yeah, so you're kind of waiting for something to happen that, you have that hanged man card, and you have the devil card, and it just doesn't seem like it's going to manifest when this dose of reality. The Queen of Swords is someone who's felt an awful lot of sorrow in her life, and she's had to make some really cold and hard choices. And you had that Justice card earlier, which is about making those hard, cold decisions that you have to. But sometimes self-preservation takes priority, and you have to, you have to save yourself. You do. All right. So, yeah, I've been in situations like that before, and I didn't, and I kept giving and giving, and ended up basically losing everything, including myself for a time being. All right. So you have to be careful of that. So just a personal warning there. Please don't find yourself in that situation. It's awful. Okay. So don't let it get to that point. Okay. So your lovers, as well as the Ace of Swords, okay? So this person, of course, they're going to, this is somebody that you feel really attached to, not only through those trauma bonds, but because of things that they have led you to believe, okay? Whether they are true or whether you're not, or whatever reason this person told you these things. If you don't have this significant relationship, or you have a long history with this person that involves years and years of children, or different deep relationships where everything really moved too fast. If you got into a relationship with somebody while they were on the rebound, if you got into a relationship with somebody who had a lot of other things, a lot of other dramas going on in their life, this comes to a point again with this Ace of Swords where in order to have it work at all, or either to eliminate it so that you can have your life back, you have to take on the power of this Ace of Swords and eliminate that, even if it's just for a little while. Okay? Sometimes if you eliminate this or things like that from your life, sometimes it's a wake-up call to your person, who is most likely, again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and this is your struggles, these are your blockages, these are the things that are hindering you right now. And so the 3 of Pentacles, there's like some murder hornets in here. Yesterday it was flies. Today there's about 10 big little giant wasps, or hopefully they're not murder hornets. They're not trying to get me, but that's why I keep looking up. I don't want them to get too close. Okay, so yeah, you may be having struggles with work. A lot of us are. A lot of us are, don't have the income we used to have. But anyway, so these are some struggles. You may be looking for employment. You may be finding yourself, like if you've been giving and giving and giving to this other person, and now you find yourself unemployed or having financial woes and worries that, you don't have it to give to this person, and you're doing everything you can in order to provide for that person, because you are this like really nurturing person, and you want to fix everything, you want to make everything better, and with that, being a Cancer person, you tend to think, because you've nurtured, because you've cared, because you've taken care of, that this person will somehow value more and hold on to you more tightly, and that's not always the case. So yeah, again, waiting on communication with your Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person. If something's going on right now where you have felt just totally betrayed, that you're not receiving back what you've been putting into this relationship. You may have found out something that has kind of hurt you, really made you feel betrayed, made you feel as if you were stabbed in the back or used even, okay? Yeah. And you're really waiting for this person to explain themselves, but don't hold your breath, because this Knight is the slowest in the entire deck, okay? Yeah, they got a lot of explaining to do. All right. So your column, this last set, we have the Wheel of Fortune as well as the Eight of Swords. Those two are always great together. In your partner's column, you have the Empress as well as the Two of Cups, and your obstacles and challenges, you have the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups, okay? And in your outcome, you have the Six of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, okay? So it looks like they're gonna be snagging you a little while longer, okay? Be careful, all right? So yeah, there's some changes that are coming in. There's big significant changes. Right now, we just have this Aquarius moon, and everybody's feeling a little more lighthearted and talking about, having more fun and being social and doing things like that. But after the moon, after this, it's gonna bring us back down to reality. So, enjoy yourself for right now. But big changes are coming in really quick. These may be life-altering changes, especially something unexpected and out of the blue. Now, whether it's going to be good changes or bad changes, don't really know. The Wheel of Fortune, that would depend on yourself. If you're having bad luck now, change always happens. So your partner is definitely, we have the Empress here, all right? Now, again, we mentioned they could possibly be dealing with an air sign, possibly a Libra. The Empress is, basically Libra. And the Two of Cups talks about, this is your partner's columns here, and these are things that you're worrying about as well. Okay, so you are worried that maybe your partner has a connection with maybe a past love, maybe somebody that they viewed as Empress in their life, and you're hoping that you would have that same sort of bond and that same sort of connection that they shared with this person. Okay, all right. So in your obstacles and challenges, being the Cancer that you are, and a lot of the feelings that go along with it is, if you can just be sweet enough, if you can just be good enough, if you can just say the right words, if you can just baby them enough, if you could just, smother them enough with enough, enough that it would fix situations. This is in your blockages, and this is in your obstacles and challenges. This means it would be better if you didn't do these things. Like I said, sometimes it shocks them into making a change in their life and recognizing, what it is without you. Makes them appreciate you more. This is not about manipulating people, but it's about knowing your value. Like that safety mask we talked about earlier, where you have to save yourself, okay? So if you are taking care of yourself and you're nurturing yourself, and then they recognize the value of all the things you were doing earlier to, make this relationship work, and all the energy and stuff you were putting into it. If they don't, then that's when that Justice card comes in, and you have to make that really strong decision about you know, what it is that you want to happen. And your final outcome here is the Six of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So you may have really, really felt that this person was a soulmate for you, that this person was somebody that you know, really, really wanted in your life. But then you have to remember about soulmates. The soulmates are there for a reason, for a purpose, and sometimes not forever. We have many, many, many soulmates, but we have one twin flame. And this may have been a person that they needed you in their life for a period of time, and it's no longer working. But the outcome that you wanted was this. That's not always going to be the case, especially in the situation where you have all these negative cards like the Ten of Wands. It may be that, you know, this person with the manipulative type attributes that they have in their chart or in their personality, that this is very uncomfortable for me, and I'm sorry, I don't like how it feels. That maybe they just used you, and you're finding out different. The good thing is that if and when you release yourself, when you do that, where'd it go? When you release, the very first card in your reading was the Six of Swords. When you move away from it and you put these things down, then you actually do give the chance for you know, the new energies and the new people to come into your life. I'm about to use this deck right here. Hang on, let me move these out of the way. It's called the Angel Tarot by Radley Valentine. She used to work with Doreen Virtue, who does all the oracle cards. Now this is actually a tarot deck and oracle deck mixed into one. It's so huge that I don't use it for reads a lot of times, maybe just for clarifiers. Now I'm gonna mix these up and shuffle them up just a little bit. I'm just gonna randomly pull a couple of cards for, you know, I've flipped some of them around. Look at that. Hold on. Good grief. Hold on, guys. Okay. I've got some backwards and forwards. All right. All right, let me put it back together now. All right. I still did it. I still did it. Look, see, I've got some this way, and then inside here, they're turned around. I don't know where they flip. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to randomly open the deck and pull one out for you. And it is the Nine of Earth, which is, you know, pretty good. So beautiful. Look at that artwork here. So that's Nine of Pentacles. Where did I put my glasses? Do I have them on my head? Hold on. Oh, I'll just try to read it. It says, there's no way I can read that. Hold on a second. Alright, so, yeah. Sorry, I can't read without them. I'm very old. It says, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, and successful self-employment. So this may be a time where, you know, if in your blockages and challenges, where it's talking about you may be having struggles with your employment, that this might be a time where, you know, you might start some type of self-employment or something going on in order to, you know, make up the difference. And I'm gonna just do it again and just pull, well, this one, both of these want to come out. So we have, what is this one? Balance, which is the Temperance. And it says, the need for balance and moderation, cooperation, and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. Okay. So yeah, so you have a major arcana here. And this is, you know, this is talking about, you know, you can't just give. You cannot just give, because you find that you are depleted. And your next card that we pulled, I don't even know what it was, because these are flipped around to both sides. But anyway, this one is the Magician, and the Magician says, you are ready, you have the resources and the ability to manifest them. So if you are thinking about maybe doing some type of self-employment and moving on and taking care of yourself, that is probably one of the main things that you might want to look into or concentrate on at the moment. okay? And it may actually be something that actually really works out well for you, especially with that Wheel of Fortune card that you had there. I'm busy trying to flip these cards back around so they're all going the same way. But yeah, one more, and it is the Seven of Air. Okay. It says, plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. Okay, so yeah, there may be things going on with your partner that you are unaware of, and you know, you gotta roll with the punches. You gotta, you know, decide what it is that you need to do. Why are these two cards stuck together? That is crazy. Okay. All right. So that's your reading, Cancer, for the week of the 5th through the 15th, 2020. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I want to take a second and tell you thank you so much for all of your comments, likes, shares, and subscribes. And I really, really appreciate that. And I'll be here in a couple of days for next week's read. I'm going to have the weeklies up, and I promise I'll be more timely with them. Okay. So I don't know. Some people know, but you know, I've been recovering from that coronavirus, and even though I'm not contagious anymore, sometimes at first it would be I'd have a good day and then a bad day, and then more good days and more good days, and then yesterday I really had a bad day. I felt like I was getting sick all over again, and then it just disappeared. But yeah, it was kind of crazy. So yeah, that's what they tell me, is that you have these little weird responses. Your immune response is still trying to fight it off even after it's gone. And yeah, I have some autoimmune issues. So, okay. I love you guys. I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Love you.